So Scott Walker made a comparison a few months ago at CPAC that pissed off pretty much everybody. So he was asked a question about how he would deal with ISIS, and he answered like this, quote, "If I can take on 100,000 protesters, I can do the same across the world." You know who those protesters were? Union workers. Middle-class people who just wanted a decent wage. So he's comparing union workers to ISIS. That's so sad, and that's so dumb. Well, at the time, his campaign was like, oh God, what has he done? So they came out and they quickly tried to clean up the mess, and they said, quote, "What the governor was saying was when faced with adversity, he chose strength and leadership." Are you guys buying this? I hope you are. So they thought that, okay, we cleaned it up good enough, we dodged a bullet there, but little did they know that Scott Walker is so stupid that he would end up doubling down. Not only doubling down, tripling down. He tripled down on that. Oh, goodness. That's so sad. So Salon is reporting that at a closed-door gathering of conservative economists in New York, Larry Kudlow, who's a CNBC host, told the press after the event that Walker said, quote, his stance against unions in Wisconsin would be a signal of toughness to Islamic jihadists and Russia's Vladimir Putin. So he made the comment even worse. He threw in Putin in there, too. He's like, I've dealt with the AFL-CIO. I've dealt with these people who want health care and decent wages, so I can clearly deal with people who behead every day and annex parts of Crimea. See what I mean? I like how Larry Kudlow, he's told that to the media not even realizing that he was hurting Scott Walker, too. That shows how dumb he is. He's like, oh, yeah, no, he made a great point. He said that unions are like ISIS and Putin. The rest of the media is like, huh? You have to realize that Larry Kudlow is also very stupid. Larry Kudlow is one of the guys who predicted not only that Mitt Romney would win, which maybe 2 of about 30 polls said that he would, so that's already a horrible prediction, but he said not only that he's going to win, but he's going to win in a landslide. He's going to win in a landslide. This is the kind of guy that we're talking about. So he thought he was doing Scott Walker a favor by telling the press his brilliant idea. Yeah, no, he doubled down and said that ISIS, unions, tomato, tomato, what are you going to do? And then again, in an interview with Bloomberg, he recently said that his point was, quote, Wisconsin unions introduced him to that kind of pressure, they report, that kind of intensity. My point was, the kind of pressure that I was under at the height of the protests, with the death threats and everything else, showed that I have the capacity to handle pressure. I wasn't intimidated. So, of course, death threats are wrong and dumb and immoral, and I've gotten them before too, so I know what that's like, so I could sympathize with him on that point. But he thinks that that's like, okay, that's it, unions are like ISIS. No, unions, again, by and large, are fighting for middle-class wages and good health care and good benefits and to actually be treated well. And ISIS is fighting to set up an Islamic fundamentalist Salafist caliphate worldwide, which subjugates women and gays and leaves them as the sole supreme leaders of the world and the universe. I don't think there's anywhere near a comparison.